All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final match of the little mini league that we've been running. Today's matchup is going to be between the undefeated Wisconsin Lutheran going up against the 5-2 Norrix team from Michigan. So, should still be a pretty good matchup here. Take a quick peek here at the standings. Go ahead and kind of throw these up here over the screen. That way then you can get a quick pick of what's going on here. So go ahead and zoom in here real quick as we're going into picks and bans here. But so with a win here, Wisconsin Lutheran clinches it undefeated. We have a good disbursement of schools here. We have Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, or one of these is Iowa, I think. I'm going to have to go ahead and do my research here and figure out what the top 5 is. But even New Glarus here that isn't competing right now in the Wisconsin High School Esports Association could actually place top 5, which is pretty darn impressive. So taking a quick look at the bans here, Wisconsin Lutheran gets rid of the Echo, Yasuo, and Vigar. So pretty heavy on the mid lane bans there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Norrix getting rid of the Galio and J4, which, again, I comment banning both of those. Galio late game, huge impact. The Jarvan ult to go with the Galio ult is just CC, is like a perma CC. Pike is not a support that I personally would ban too much, but yeah, I mean, he can be a pain in the butt, especially if he gets ahead. Yeah, there's Arrowhead isn't they don't compete too often. I know they're not overly active in our Discord, so they just don't register. They like to play for fun, and some of these tournaments aren't their forte. So all right, looks like Wisconsin Lutheran locking in the big tank there with the Warwick, most likely jungle. I've seen it played in top, but I don't think it's a super viable top laner, especially going into a Garen with an Elise jungle pick coming in there. This Lissandra pick was pretty deadly when we streamed the match on Saturday. So I like that pick there. Coming in with the Set pick, so I believe that's our top 3 there. So that's our jungle, mid lane, and top laner there. Although Set could be flexed into a support position as well. Personally, I think he's just great up into the top lane. He's just such a lane bully. I mean, Garen is a bully as well. It's just that's a whole other level of being a bully. I'm gonna see a Talon pick coming in. Gonna go into the mid lane there. One has to assume. Quick jump on over here. Talon looks like he's got a pretty healthy win rate right now. So I don't mind that pick. And then going into the Lissandra as well here. I do like his mobility. He's got a pretty high win rate going up against the Lissandra as well. So a little bit of a counter pick there by the Talon into the Lissandra. Meanwhile, Norrix getting rid of the Thresh Caitlyn bot lane. And Wisconsin Lutheran has already gotten rid of the Jhin, and I imagine going to get rid of the Senna support. So, again, I like both of those bans from both schools there. Gets rid of a lot of poke. We saw a Kayn played up in the top lane not too long ago, but obviously they're going to go ahead and lock in the Lucian ADC down there. It's going to be matched up against an Aphelios. And the Aphelios is going to be paired up with my favorite, a Nautilus. And then on the other side, interesting enough that we do see a Swain pick coming out here. I like the Swain support. Like, it's so powerful. Can deal some damage across the map as well. And then has the ability to land that nice snare. And then the ultimate just does a lot of damage if Swain is able to go ahead and get ahead early game. So I really like that. Take a quick peek here. Yeah, let's see here. Well, we know Wisconsin Lutheran is obviously a Wisconsin school. Hilliard is an Ohio school. So we got Wisconsin, Ohio. Osage, I believe, is Iowa, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that is Iowa. And then Michigan. Akron is Ohio. Oberlin. Oberlin is also an Ohio school. Wisconsin. Now, for this little tournament here, too, Ohio has half the field here. They got 10 out of the 20, so they're really representing here. Mid-Prairie is another Iowa school. So our top 10 here is pretty diverse. And then we got Perrysburg. So you can take a quick little peek at what I'm doing here if you want to pay attention. But yeah, so Ohio, Hilliard again. So Ohio. I know that's one of our Wisconsin guys. Wisconsin. Really unfortunate that Wausau West had to drop out of the tournament. They were the #1 highest rated team in our tournament, and they just couldn't get students to consistently show up week in, week out, which is, you know, it happens. Unfortunate. You know, sometimes I always joke that organizing esports tournaments is sometimes like herding cats, just because it's not always easy to get everybody in the right place at the right time, and people have never been held to a standard. I don't believe this is the Illinois one. 90% sure that it is another Ohio school. Enjoy all my marked places of where I want to go or where I've been. Yeah, I do believe that this Fairfield, yeah, Ohio. I know for a fact we didn't have any Illinois schools. Oberlin A is also Ohio. These were Ohio as well. And I think one of these two is Iowa that's left. So we are almost underway here. So our spectator delay is almost done. Try to get these last couple here. Again, I'm almost positive Newman. I'll have to go check up my sign-up form instead. Oh, Mid-Prairie is Iowa. Did I get that right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright. Well, we're almost there. Almost there. Loy Norrix is our low Michigan. Baberton is also Ohio. Newman Catholic is Iowa as well. So, all right, so that rounds it out there. All right, looks like we are about 2% away here. Go ahead and get the overlay. Up. I mean, I might be able to do this. Let's see here. Go ahead and get out of the windowed screen here for you. Jockey some of this stuff around, but other than that, I think we are good to go here. Nothing really standing out that shocks me too much about runes that I'm seeing. I like the Glacial Augment on the Swain. I think those slows are going to play a big role down there in the bot lane. The dual TP on the side of Wisconsin Lutheran, I think, really helped them out on Saturday when we watched that. When we watched that match, Lysandra was able to go ahead and TP in relatively early and get a kill over in her direction. So I think that's smart, plays well. Lloyd Norrix, I mean, I know they're I'm going to go ahead and call them a bit of a powerhouse in the esports division. Ooh, nice root there. Not going to see too much unless, yep, Elise goes with the cocoon. Going to try to get some damage down here, but there's really not much that Naught's going to be able to do. Get him down to half health, and now if Lloyd Norrix really wants to, they can have priority over the red buff here, but I think it's just smart that they should elect to back. They got some additional hits in there. Swain's going to get a couple free procs there on his support item. And with Nautilus having 2 charges, by the time that he gets to lane on the relic shield, he'll be pretty much back up to full health. So all right, Set just dealing some damage here onto Garen. The beauty, at least for Garen, though, is if he backs up out of lane and his passive just allows the regen to keep hitting, he'll be fine. Oh, nice hook there by the Nautilus. A little bit of a CC. A little bit of damage down, but nothing huge. I really like how aggressive that both of these bot laners are being. I will apologize as well. I am not super familiar with which weapons Aphelios is currently using, unless I can see chakras. And I do see a long gun there, so I do know that she's got some distance there too. So, not my strong suit, Aphelios knowledge, but I have been pretty impressed so far with this bot lane too. The Swain has hit almost every single snare that he's launched out there, which means he's got a decent chunk of gold. He's got over 100 gold on top of the Nautilus here. He is going to go ahead and get caught out. Lands another nice one there onto the Aphelios. And a heal has had to be used by the Aphelios here in the bot lane too. So, good poke there. Ooh. It's going to be a dive up top here. And I'm going to go ahead and rewind and head up top here real quick. We do see that Garen was pretty low. There's the flash. And that's going to be a flash from the Warwick to go ahead and get one down there. So, we'll go ahead and jump back down here to the bot lane. Saw a little bit of a trade going in here. Nautilus kind of in a tough situation. The cocoon coming out from the Elise, and that's a nice kill, but it goes over to the Swain. While not necessarily a bad thing, obviously would prefer to go onto the Lucian to help the Lucian snowball a little bit early game. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that it goes onto the Swain either, because Swain support can pretty much carry a game as well, too. So, and with how much that he keeps landing these E's, it is impressive. Ooh, Garen's got to sidestep that because he's taking so much true damage when he just stands in the middle of that Swain W. But Garen might be able to go ahead and get one back here. Warwick is here, though. And there's going to go ahead and be one, and that's going to be the kill going over. So well played there by Wisconsin Lutheran to bring your jungler back top. Meanwhile, Elise is coming up here as well. She's probably just going to go ahead and try to fend off some of this lane. Get some of the wave push back out so that way Set doesn't continue to get additional turret plates. Set is already double the CS of Garen, which that's tough. Especially because, again, this depends on what build that the Garen's going to elect to go. If he goes for the Triforce, he is already down by 2 kills and a lot of CS, which means that first buy of a 3,700 gold item is huge. Whereas if you could buy something like Black Cleaver, which gives you, like, armor pen, it gives you, or, you know, it reduces armor. And it's got CDR on it as well. So, I mean, I really, personally, I would go with the Black Cleaver route because it's cheaper. It's going to make more of an impact in your lane, and it's cheaper. And when you're already down 2 kills like that, it's a big mountain to climb, especially against a Set. So, does look like Warwick is starting to path down here onto the bot side, but I really don't think that there's a solid gank here for him to make. Warwick could look to try to come into the back here, and Swain is going to go ahead and flash away there. There's a heal coming out here as well, and Warwick is coming out from the side. Going to get the Chilling Smite, and Warwick's able to go ahead and secure that kill there under turret. So beauty of Warwick's kit there too is when he presses E, it increases his armor and magic resistance. So he's able to go ahead and make some of those turret dives while that's active. And after, I think it's like 2.5 seconds, he releases, and it actually becomes a fear, which causes everybody to basically run away. So that's going to give them priority here over this Mountain Drake as well. So there's no way that Loy Norrix can contest this without giving up at least a free kill, you know. So Swain, a little bit too late there, but even that, his W doesn't have a ton of damage to it, so I don't think he would have been able to steal that away unless there was a bad smite on the side of Wisconsin Lutheran. Oh, sorry, I missed one. Yeah, so Warwick is getting pretty far ahead here, and I haven't really seen the Elise making too much of an impact around the map here. Garen doing everything that he can. Again, gotta sidestep that, because if you stand in the middle of his W, you are just taking so much true damage. See a lot of pings coming out here on the map. Lost Chase are doing some quick ab workouts up there in the top lane. At least looking to try to make a play here in the mid, but Lissandra is so hard to land. Oh, that's a nice cocoon at least, but it's just not going to be any damage going over to it, because the downside to Talon 2 is that he has to build Tiamats first to help him wave clear, so that's 1325 gold right there to go to an item just to help wave clear. It might not even be... Oof. There was not much 'twas Dave could do about that, and he 'twas alive. Now he's dead. I really hate Set, if I'm being completely honest with everybody here. He's a super broken champ. There's nothing you can do. The Elise tries to flash away, and there's nothing that he can do. Lucian tries to get out. He's going to go down here as well. Meanwhile, Swain being CC'd as well, and that's going to be a double kill going over to Wisconsin Lutheran. They're going to extend their lead to 7-1. They've already encapsulated about a 3.5K gold lead here, and this is definitely going to be a mountain to climb here for Norrix. Yeah, just the Lissandra's just able to just dive away so fast, and it's going to be a nightmare to try to CC her down. That should be at least 2 plates here. But it looks like they're just going to go ahead and elect to take the 1 and back here. There is a very big wave pushing under turret. Meanwhile, Warwick is coming top here again, too. Warwick doesn't have the best CS right now, but he is making a huge impact around the map. Both Warwick and Elise have cleared out their jungles, so ultimately there are no camps available here. Garen is going to go ahead and spot out Warwick in the topside jungle there, but not going to be able to do too much. Again, Talon trying to go in, but not going to find anything. Garen has roamed down. Set has back, so I don't know if Garen knows that. He is going to play it safe here, which is smart. Because you don't know where Set is. The last thing you want to do is give Set another kill who's already got a abort completed. So go ahead and take a quick rewind here. Oh, looks like Set TP down here to make a play. Meanwhile, here comes the CC chain. And that's going to be a pretty fat Aphelios now down here in the bot lane, sitting at 4-0-1. Does have a pretty big bounty on her head, though. Try to rewind here, too, just to see what happens mid. Warwick's got the fear going down. Then there's a chilling smite. And he's just able to go ahead and 1v1 the Talon in the mid lane. So well played there by Greypelt from Wisconsin Lutheran. Probably look to push up some of these turrets here. At least grab a plate or two. Most likely a plate in the bot lane for sure. Greypelt is doing a fantastic job on this Warwick. It's one of those junglers that can make a huge impact if you get ahead, or if you're in solo queue, it's like, oh god, why are you playing Warwick? You're down 0-3, but making a huge impact. Ooh, nice job there by the Swain to try to go ahead and grab one there on the Aphelios. Nautilus is going to be there to go ahead and save the ADC, though, just to provide enough backup that says, like, you got to respect that I'm here, too. And Nautilus almost has completed the... I think he's going for the Knight's Vow first. With the Kindle Gem and the Chainmail and the Stopwatch. Although he could be also trying to build into a Gargoyle Stone Plate, but I don't think that right away. Talon is rotating top here, but I don't know. I think if you're Talon, you got to be looking down to the bot. You got to be trying to help your bot lane get somewhat ahead here. Swain getting really just zoned out here. Warwick is bot, so we're going to see Elise also rotating bot. The next Drake should be coming up here momentarily. Warwick sitting on a ward here, but... Oh, Elise is here as well. Elise misses the snare, and she is squishy. She's going to get feared and CC'd for days. And that's going to be a kill going over to Greypelt again. And now we see this this Warwick for Wisconsin Lutheran getting very far ahead. And Wisconsin Lutheran looking to go ahead and start up this Drake. I don't think Norrix can challenge this right now, especially with their jungler just respawning. Garen's top. He does have TP, though, but we are going to go ahead and see Talon try to go for it, but it's going to go ahead and cost him his life. So we're going to go ahead and see an Infernal Soul this game, which is a tough one to deal with because it is just a lot. It's a lot of AP and a lot of AD. Swain flashing over the wall, lands one. Going to go ahead and give a nice big kill going over to his ADC, and unfortunately, Garen is going to sacrifice himself up in the top lane to Set. At least looking to try to get some damage down onto this Lysandra. Not going to find too much. I think the Norrix jungler here has got to be pretty careful. You know that there's a Fed Aphelios down in the bot lane. Lyssandra's no slouch down there in the damage department either. All right, you see Garen coming in real fast now that they have the speed up proc there, but unfortunately Garen is very close to losing his life. Garen's just going to go ahead and have to back now, and he's going to be TP-less. So that means that that's going to be essentially a free turret in the top going over to Set. Talon trying to get some damage down to get at least a plate here. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and be first turret going up into the top lane to Set. That's not somebody that you want. And he's sitting on 2,800 gold, so Set can really just back right now and buy almost anything that he wants. So let's see here. As Set's going to go ahead and back. Guessing he's probably going to grab some boots. Maybe by the next part or start to a... It looks like he may be going for a Death's Dance. Steric's Gauge would be another one that he could easily go to. All right, Lysandra getting that Demolish proc there onto the mid turret. Wisconsin Lutheran just really needs to really just push together at this point. They have such an advantage. Sitting on nearly 7k gold advantage right now. A lot of level leads all across the map here too. Swain doing everything that he can to, you know, try to keep up with some of those procs there. There's one, there's another. Here comes Lucian over the wall, but Nautilus is just able to go ahead and land that Q. That's a nice one there, but do they have the damage? There's the stopwatch coming out here. All right, that is going to be another one going over to Swain. Swain trying to take some damage down here. Going to get rooted by the Aphelios. Uses the ultimate. Not going to find much, though. If anything, it just gives them a way to just kind of sit there and sustain. Norrix gets one back. I probably sound like a broken record here, but Lloyd Norrix, you know, has to be looking for one of these, just one of these like little ganks, or to find somebody out and get a quick, easy kill in order to help kind of get them back into the action here. But unfortunately, they don't have much vision in their own river, so it's going to be really hard to keep track of where like Set, Warwick, and Lysandra are going when you don't have a ton of vision. So I know it sucks that when you're leaving base and you want to buy another item. I'm such a huge fan, though, of buying a pink ward. If you leave base and you have 100 gold and an inventory slot, buy a pink ward. We see that the Rift Herald is going to go down here over to Wisconsin Lutheran. And again, not trying to pick on anybody, but Garen is looking to go for that that Triforce build with the Berserker's Greaves, and I just think when you're that far behind against the Set, you gotta itemize differently. Like, tank Garen is not a bad thing. Just Black Cleaver, Dead Man's Plate, probably Merc Treads as well, just to stop some of the roots. But, like, that's okay. That's a viable build as well. And it's a build that works. Like, I know the Triforce and attack speed one is pretty popular, especially in solo queue, but doesn't always work in team comps. Gonna see Shelly coming into the mid here. Talon trying to fend it off here. Trying to prevent a charge, but not able to do so. That's going to be half a turret there. Meanwhile, Wisconsin Lutheran's going to be on this Infernal Drake, and if they get it, that's going to be putting them on soul point. Oh, Warwick flashes off there, or doesn't flash, sorry, but just, you know, changes targets there. Lysandra and Nautilus. Nautilus doing a fantastic job getting on the Elise, so Elise can't even get close to the dragon. big damage coming out here for Wisconsin Lutheran. Although everybody is half health, there's really not much that Loy Norrix can do here. Trying to land some big plays here, but nothing you can do there. And now you're going to have a 3/4 health Warwick being able to run around here as well. Potentially looking for a dive here under turret as well. That would have been a very risky tower dive there by yourself, Warwick, but you are 5-1-3, so you wanted to go for it, you could have gone for it. Ooh, Warwick might be able to find something here. Elise gets 1 CC. Warwick's going to come in, drop the fear. Oh, misses. Going in, though. She's low health here. But it looks like Warwick is just going to go ahead and elect to back out there. Does get the ultimate out of the talent, so that's going to be helpful. Warwick looking for more here. He's so tanky that I do believe that he could probably take on the Talon, Swain, and Garen. Well, maybe not coming out with all the kills or whatever and sacrificing his own life, but, you know, he could maybe take 1 or 2 down in a 1v3, but the Nautilus ultimate coming out here as well. Not going to find much. Looks like Wisconsin Lutheran is just trying to go ahead and clear the waves out. I think if they wanted to, they could put enough pressure down on this turret, especially with how fed the Aphelios is. Elise is down here now to try to help to look for a play. Oh, that's a nice snare, a nice cocoon there, but unfortunately it's just not going to be enough. Meanwhile, the Nautilus is so tanky. Lissandra's coming down here as well, going to get 1 CC down onto the Swain. The Swain ultimate's coming out here. Not enough damage to do much, and that's going to go ahead and be another kill. Going over to Wisconsin Lutheran, that's going to be the Tier 1 bot lane turret going down here as well for Norrix. But it does look like Talon takes one back in the mid, but at what cost? Meanwhile, Garen is trying to run away from Set. There's nowhere you can run from Set. Yeah, he's just going to chase you down and beat you up. He is just the definition of a lane bully. Meanwhile, Wisconsin Lutheran cracks into that Tier 2 turret, so Wisconsin Lutheran starting to look like they are ready to start knocking on the base door here for Loy Norrix. And Loy doesn't look like they have much of a, really an option to try to defend too much off of this here. I thought that was good by the Elise, trying to at least make a play down there. Unfortunately, the Nautilus for Wisconsin Lutheran did a very good job of engaging on the correct targets to stop all that damage from coming in. And that's going to go ahead and be the Elise probably going down here. There she goes. Given the fact that Warwick has completed that Titanic Hydra, right? Yeah, Titanic Hydra. So there's really not much that Elise is able to go ahead and do with that. I guess positive thing in the top lane, we do see that Garen has completed the Triforce. So does have quite a bit more damage coming out. Good chunk of health, and although he doesn't use the mana, he has that available too. So we see Set potentially looking for a little flank around the back here. Going to go ahead and find the Swain. The Swain ultimate's coming down here. There's the heal. Oh, that's going to be a huge Set play into the back here. That's a double. That's a triple. Oh, nice hook there by the Nautilus, but Talon's just going to say, yep, bye. I'm jumping over this wall. See you later. Meanwhile, Wisconsin Lutheran is going to go ahead and crack into this base here. What a huge hook by the Nautilus there. Trying to find this Elise. That's a nice kill going over to the Wisconsin Lutheran ADC here. And that's going to go ahead and be the first inhib. I mean, really, Wisconsin Lutheran could potentially at least try to even end. But most of the time you take the inhib, you either look to reset. They could be looking for soul point here. It is coming up. But usually you crack the inhib and either you go Baron or you do try to go ahead and finish off one of these turrets. So, yeah. Set. Wow. Just blast the Talon away. There is not much. Elise just really needs to be careful here. Set has a 6 level advantage over you, Elise. Like, you just gotta... Unfortunately, I think Lloyd Norrix, this one's probably pretty far out of reach for them. Lysandra is going to go ahead and try to come in here. Gets the repel out of the Elise. Yeah, set sitting at 8-0-3 up there on the top, and Aphelios in the bot 7-0-4. This is a huge mountain, especially the fact that Wisconsin Lutheran is then also just denying Loy Norrix any sort of jungle camp. So they're not able to go ahead and get those buffs, and they're just really doing a fantastic job of suffocating resources away from this Loy Norrix squad. And unless Wisconsin Lutheran gets too greedy, you know, and tries to do some turret dive or even a fountain dive to go for the KDA, is going to be... I'm going to go ahead and... probably about a 98% win rate for Wisconsin Lutheran. Because if they get this Baron, which they have vision for it, they are looking to go ahead and go for it here. That Baron buff should end the game. Yeah, that Baron disappeared real fast. So again, you just got to get out here. If you're Loy Norrix, you look to try to make something happen under turret, maybe. That was a good attempt. It cost you a little bit, but overall, you were able to chunk down the Lysandra. Doesn't get you a kill or get you much back, but, you know. Ooh, Elise misses that, and that's probably going to pay for her life with it, and she does. The Swain's coming in here, but not going to be able to do much. Huge damage coming out from the Aphelios and Set, and there is just nothing that Loy Norrix can do here. Maybe, nope, not able to go ahead and get one back there. That's a quadra kill going over for the Wisconsin Lutheran ADC. And that's going to be an undefeated mini league for Wisconsin Lutheran. Congratulations to them. So GG to both teams there. I think if you're both schools, you should still be pretty proud here. I know Wisconsin Lutheran's one of our top teams here in Wisconsin in Division II. They are a force to be reckoned with in our semifinals for our state championship, which hopefully we do get to finish out, given that, you know, some of the stay-at-home stuff is being overturned and whatnot. So it's something that we are having to explore here. So I will go ahead and, all right, move our friends Wisconsin Lutheran up to 8-0. Loy Norrix falls to 5-3. So go ahead and mark Wisconsin Lutheran there. Appreciate everybody that's come to hang out here. Looks like MCCTC lost today here, so Perrysburg wins. All right, so go ahead and update that. Perrysburg moves up to 5-3 as well. MCCTC falls to 3-5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wait for the rest of the match results to go ahead and come in. I will do my best here as well to look at some of these ties and do based upon like head-to-head results there, so we can actually go ahead and figure out who, because if I imagine we're probably going to have, well, let's see here, Osage versus Akron. All right, so yeah, I mean, we could potentially have a couple of teams tied, but so I will go through and look up some head-to-heads there and use that as the tiebreaker. But otherwise, that's going to be it for our little mini league here that we've been running for the last 4 weeks. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and hung out, and appreciate you coming by during these times. So I do know that there are some other tournaments that are happening out within the esports world there. If you check Twitter is obviously a huge place where a lot of these tournaments are taking place. But right now we have, I can't remember when the cutoff is, but I know the Indiana High School Esports Network is hosting something. They have an Esports Open where it's like 5 days, and each day is a different game title that they're running. It's going to go ahead and be June 1st through June 6th. They got Smash Doubles, Hearthstone, League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Singles. So that one's happening as well. I know here in Wisconsin, there is a Fortnite tournament being run by Concordia University. So make sure that you check out our social media. I retweet all these different tournaments and stuff like that to give you students the opportunity to compete, even if it's a title that we don't necessarily offer. So, yeah, there's a handful of other ones that are coming out everywhere. So keep an eye on what's happening in the Twitterverse. Otherwise, that is going to be it for me for this mini tournament. And now I begin my climb up the ranked ladder, hopefully. I'm still going to attempt to try to reach Plat this season. And that's it for me. So have a good one. See y'all later.